All right, so on this episode of In the House, my name's Lonnie. We got Michael here. We're going to do a special episode. We thought it'd be fun. I have a few things, and I wanted to show Michael and get his reaction, and then Michael also has a few things that he wants to show me and get my reaction. So we're going to dive right in. I think this will be a fun episode, but let's start with this. So what are we looking at, Michael? What is this?
So, one of the things that I'm doing right now is kind of a post-project, just complete a project, as you know, and as we've talked about on the podcast before, and just kind of lessons learned sort of review of the project. And I had this graph and another one of two projects that I thought it'd be interesting to talk with you about, and just kind of see a breakdown of what the costs were throughout the project. And with houses, I think there's oftentimes a lot of I don't know, there's a lot of knowledge around, particularly in the custom home world, around what these different categories are and how they relate to the overall cost of the project. So wanted to break that down a little bit and talk about it.
Yeah, this is very helpful. You clearly took this way more serious than I did. Okay, so we have two. You'll see in a minute. Anyway, so this is cost change breakdown 1 and 2.
Mm-hmm.
What are the difference between these?
Yeah, so these are two different projects. They show the same information. So
Okay.
they've got the original budget in there.
This guy.
Yep. And on this project, it's 70%. And on the other one, I think it's 73%. So as a portion, whenever, day one with the clients who broke ground, that's what the cost of the project was.
Mm-hmm.
And these projects are different in size and scope. One is about double the other in cost. So one is in the I think $5 to $10 million range, and the other one is in the $15 to $20 million range.
Okay.
So, but you're seeing the percentages overall of the original budget is fairly even. And I thought that was really interesting.
Yeah,
so
that is interesting.
3/4 of the scope, and I think that's really good for if you're a designer or a builder, or a future homeowner. You can begin to start having these conversations early with the homeowner. Not necessarily. I don't think the conversation is, "Hey, you're going to add 25% of the cost," but you're going to add it. It would be typical for there to be more cost added to the project over the life of the project.
Yeah, this is a good representation of that, and I'm starting to see. So I don't know which two projects these are necessarily, but are they both new builds, or is one they're both complete new builds?
They're both new builds.
Okay.
And I think it's interesting that within that kind of 25% section of the pie, the categories change from project.
Yeah, they change a little, and I'm looking at some of these pies here. I mean, this one, the largest, is just straight changes in scope. So these are additions, made by the client, as the project is progressing, and then reconciliation of allowances. So I mean, the change in this percentage could be, how much of that stuff was figured out before the project began versus afterwards.
Right.
Might have a huge effect on how big that percentage is. But the one that grabbed my attention was cost related to discovery. On this one, it's only 1%, and this one, it's a whole 13%.
Isn't that crazy?
So I'm wondering if these are both new builds, like what happened that caused this huge increase in discovery?
Yeah, that's so just I think it'd be good to go through each of these categories and define them a little bit. Like when they say cost related discovery, what does that mean? So original budget, pretty self-explanatory. That's day one. What was the estimated cost of the project? A reconciliation of allowance to selection is, homeowner or architect or engineer town has a line them in there like, countertops or something
Yeah.
like that. We think it's, roughly, we put, there's an estimate in there, but that allows for, let's say they want to pick something slightly nicer or something less nice than what was originally available, selected wasn't available or
Yeah.
blah, 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 whatever the reason. Change in scope's pretty clear. We added a window, we removed a room, we,
moved a
like
wall,
moved a wall,
made a bathroom bigger, whatever. Yeah,
exactly.
whatever the owner wanted.
Cost-related discovery is unknowns that happen throughout the project. So, for example, a small one might be the city that the project is permitted changed their inspections, and there's additional inspection fees.
Right.
That's something you didn't know. It's happened, and it's a real impact, real cost.
Yep.
We got to put in there. A larger item of that might be maybe there was some soil sampling done for the foundation, or the foundation drawings were based off of old information as the soils.
Yep.
And then you get in there, you break ground, you're running gutter with your slab on grade, and holy moly, we run into a ton of clay, a spot we didn't know. We thought it was all bedrock. Engineer has to add in piers. Suddenly you're seeing a huge increase.
That's a
in
good
cost.
example. Yeah.
And that's not a change in scope. It's not an allowance of a selection. That's discovery.
Mm-hmm.
So this project here had clearly had some things like that happen, where there at the beginning of the project there were things that were unforeseen, and so that what that one is.
Yeah.
And then to finish out these categories, the last one is estimated corresponding costs, and I think these
are about this. This was 8.
That's 8.
And this one was 4.
And that one's 4. I don't know particularly why those would be different either project.
Yeah, because explain estimated corresponding cost.
So
that's how we define it.
Yeah, so that might be negotiations within the owners. Maybe there were some concessions made here or something that this one would be lower. I think 8% is probably.
That seems more reasonable.
Yeah, that seems
more average. Yeah.
So those costs are related to kind of the cost to complete the work for the builder. Since we both work for Douglas Construction, we both see this similar, but that includes overhead, profit, and also categories of costs that increase when the scope is increased. So for instance, general labor is a great example of that. There's never going to be a change in scope necessarily of general labor per se,
right,
in terms of cleaning or whatever. It's no one's adding more cleaning.
Yeah.
But if they add more square footage, or
yeah,
if they add nicer material that needs more effort to protect,
or if the project schedule is increased a little bit through some of these changes, then
example,
your time is now increased. Yeah, your labor hours.
100%. So that 8% is what we call estimated corresponding costs, and oftentimes that's one that might get left out if a builder is having even something like a reconciliation of allowance. You think, well, they just switched the tile from one type to another type, so why is there other costs corresponding that are added to that? Well, if you think about that, that's an important piece of the puzzle, because maybe that tile takes more time to install, or maybe there's more cleanup related. So what does that cost? How does it affect the other costs? Maybe there's more supervision required by the contractor for the subject like the work.
Yeah, I mean like a handmade tile versus a porcelain tile is a good example of that. It's they're both tile, but a handmade tile, especially for a project of the magnitude that we do, as soon as you switch to a handmade tile, it requires so much more time and effort for layout. Yeah. You got to sort through every single piece and sort them by size or by color. You got to make sure your fixtures and other things have the proper alignments.
Yeah. Because
as you start installing, you realize your layout changes as you go. So you have to adjust things as you go. Yeah, there's way more labor involved just by that one switch in material makes it so much more difficult. So that's really good. That's a really good definition of that.
That's pretty interesting.
Yeah, I'm glad you did this. This is awesome.
Thanks. Making it happen.
All right. Well, on a lighter note, like I said,
What's our next
I
topic?
definitely did not take
I like
this.
this. I like this little take a topic, talk about it, move on to the next one.
I
What's
didn't.
our next one?
Well, you'll see.
Yeah. Oh, this is good.
We're elevated. I'm feeling grounded. We're elevated. Look how high we are. We're very above sea level. We're elevated. There's this elevation, but there's this grounded kind of nature. Even through this plinth. You didn't put this plinth here.
It's always been here.
This plinth has always been here, but what's it doing? It's grounding me in this space. I'm feeling grounded, and you've responded to this context with your styling. The geometry is grounded, but you know what else is grounding? The tones. Earth tones. You've used a lot of earth tones in this space and earthy materials. So I'm feeling grounded in this space. That's definitely one thing. Even this is very muted, but it makes sense in this space. I'm drawn to this. I'm drawn to this. And I'm feeling safe. That's another thing. I'm feeling safe. The grounded nature through the styling decisions and the design decisions you've made is making me feel safe.
Oh my gosh. I may have sent you this before,
That is
but this
so
guy,
good.
he totally nails it, because this is, anytime I'm talking to an architect or designer, this is, I come away feeling like, what are we even talking about? what was even said?
It's uplifting, but it's grounding. I love that.
It's like,
Grounding.
what does that even mean? Yeah, it was
I have
fun.
for sure used words like that before in presentations.
Yeah, I know you have.
100%. 100%.
I know you have.
That is so good. It's funny to be. Sometimes it's weird how you can be talking about something like a building, and one person can be talking about it a completely different way than another. Sometimes it just gets a little.
Yeah. Oh, for sure.
We're just thinking about it a little too hard.
Simple terms. That's what I like. I'm simple-minded. Simple terms.
Simple
PVD.
terms. That's
Well,
what we're really going
we did
for.
2 of yours. I'm gonna do 2 of mine. I'm not gonna do this
Please.
whole. I'm not gonna do this whole one because it's kind of long, and I think
Okay.
I've sent you this before too.
Is it a video?
Yeah, I think all mine are videos. This guy.
Mi nombre es Fred. ¿Y tú?
Oh yeah, that is good.
Mucho gusto. Mucho gusto. Uh-huh.
This is what I would sound like if I spoke
Oh,
Spanish.
it's
Cerveza?
painful.
No. Two bebes leche? Verity.
Oh my gosh. That is
Two
painful.
lays libros?
So awkward. It goes on for so long.
No.
Soba. Verity.
No.
Are you my mom?
Senor Sus. Eres mi mama.
Oh my gosh.
You can tell this guy is like,
He's like,
He's
get
laughing.
me out of here.
Tobas
he's like,
manzanas.
this is so awkward.
Toba. De nada.
De nada. And the laugh, man, is so.
Two
Oh,
quieres
it's terrible.
más
It's so
manzanas?
cringy.
De nada. Manzana
He doesn't
roja.
know how to tell the guy to go away.
Yeah, the other guy just needs to be like, dude, leave me alone.
Two Tobas platanos? Toba. Verity.
No. What do you think? He just has all these items?
I guess so.
Me gusta
He
tu
just walks-
cuerpo.
Like your body.
Oh my god.
Tú tienes
All right,
una
I think I've had enough of this. That's totally what I would sound like if I spoke Spanish.
Have you ever been in a spot on site where you like are trying to speak Spanish with somebody?
No, I refuse to.
Yeah, you're just like, no, I'm not
I
having
feel like I can't do it. So I'll use, I'll use the translator if I need to.
If
But
this is a dire situation.
but I think
they
even,
speak no English, you speak no Spanish.
yeah, and I was like, I got to communicate in some way. Either that, or I think ChatGPT will do it like real time.
Oh, that's cool.
You can talk into ChatGPT and it'll translate the conversation. So it's a useful tool in that regard. But yeah,
Gosh, that's so good.
Yeah, I usually try to teach English.
Yeah.
I'm not learning Spanish. I'm going to teach you
I'll
English.
teach you English.
Last I checked, pretty sure we're in America. Oh wait, I don't want to do this one yet. Let's go back to yours. Okay, we'll bring it down.
There.
We did something a little lighthearted, and now we're gonna go back to serious. Oh, Michael Stolley. Okay, I recognize this kitchen. Beautiful.
See,
I mean, we were
actually,
just talking about.
almost about from this specific spot.
Actually, yeah,
We had our desks over there.
yeah. This is exactly the view that we would get. But I mean, we were just talking about this is all handmade tile. Here's the beautiful vent hood, you know, that y'all did and executed really, really well. And all of these cabinets were finished on site. We work with a master finisher, Paul Garcia, and he truly is a master finisher. He did all of this by hand on site.
Isn't that amazing?
Did a really, really good job. What are these? This is the floors or what again?
Yeah, it's from a company called Exquisite Surface, and they sourced this. It's a limestone.
It's like an Indian black limestone.
Yeah, it's a black limestone from India, so super soft. Which, but you can see in kind of some of the high gloss spots of it that it has a high gloss. You can see in some of the areas where there's a really wide variation in texture. So some of it pretty smooth and honed, and other places it's much rougher, much more rough. And it's really beautiful.
It turned out great. You really did a great job with this. This is the project that Michael just finished up.
Hey, you're a part of this too.
Very briefly. I don't even want to give myself credit for anything because this was all you.
I might give you something.
And everybody who who was out there really did a wonderful job. So, but what specifically in this image do you just want to talk about? Some details maybe that stand out to you, or
I
something
want
real
to
special?
talk about walls.
Let's talk about walls.
Talk about walls.
What's up with these walls?
Specifically, the wall at the back of
This guy?
that guy.
All right.
So you've got this big vent hood coming down. You got those shelves on it.
Yeah.
And it's a partition wall, right? Doesn't go all the way to the ceiling.
Mm-hmm.
You got this big space, and it's freestanding.
Yeah.
And I wanted to talk about a little bit some of the challenges of that.
Yeah, like structural challenges, or
Yeah, so a couple different challenges. One being structural. So you have this wall. I want to say it's, what do you think? It's 10 feet tall.
probably 10 or 11 maybe.
11.
How tall are those cabinets?
Those cabinets
Those are 12, right?
are 12.
So that's about 11
probably
maybe.
11. So it's anchored on one end, but it's freestanding on the other. And actually, you can't see it in this image, but there's a similar version that back behind that's completely freestanding, not connected to the wall at all. And this is a unique condition where thinking about the finished materials here being pretty delicate along the edge there, it's plaster, and then you have this tile on the wall, and this is pretty zoomed out, but it is really important that wall not move.
Yeah. Yeah.
And we tried several different ways early on in framing to really make sure this thing was braced and sturdy and not going to fluctuate.
This is great. So this is like a little bit of materials and methods talk. So what were some of the challenges? You said you tried different methods. So what didn't work and what ultimately ended up working?
So, and I should have pulled some pictures from early on of the framing and stuff like that. Maybe we can post.
We can include that. You send me a picture, I'll include it in the video.
That would be great. Early on, we just did conventional framing, wood framing. That's
to be fair, it's all engineered lumber.
That's fair.
We don't use anything. Everything we frame with is either light gauge metal or LSL, so engineered lumber. We really don't use any dimensional sawn lumber.
So this was, you're right. Good point. This was using engineered lumber. Those are they're double 2x6, so it's roughly 11 inches thick. And the and when we first framed that, I mean, you could walk up to it and shake it, and it was just, you know,
Really?
flopping around everywhere.
Okay. So I'm thinking some steel, or what'd you do?
Yeah, so at that point we said, oh man, this isn't, you know, tried some steel posts.
Okay.
So we got 4 posts, you know. For this wall, we got 2 the posts, and the other wall we had 2 as well. Anchored those in. Those were probably 8 feet tall, and you know, anchored to we just placed on the concrete, but with anchor bolts in. Believe it or not, those as well.
Still had some flex?
There's still some flex,
Wow.
significantly less flex, but at the top of, you know, from the bottom of the wall to the top of the wall, the top still, you know, maybe an inch sway.
Wow.
Which, you know, at that point, you know, it's not going to fall over. No one's concerned about that, but
You don't like the movement?
we don't like the movement. If something like a plaster is applied to that, which in this case it is,
Yeah.
high likelihood of cracking, right?
Yeah.
So, so we had to pull that out, and then we put in a concrete block, and
Okay.
and that worked well. And
So how did you anchor? Did you drill and put dowels into the foundation?
Yep.
And then concrete, like the whole thing is concrete block?
no, so it was actually just 2, basically columns,
Okay.
not directly at the end points, but closer. You know?
Okay.
So, you know, maybe a foot off each end.
Wow.
In, and you know, since it's a double stud wall, so it's 11 inches thick, plenty of room for CMU in there.
Yeah.
Get an 8-inch block. Actually, we might use 10-inch block. I can't remember.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then we built that all the way up to the plate at the top, and we were able to anchor the top plate into the CMU.
Wow.
And
that
at
solved
that
it.
point, that was completely
Sturdy.
sturdy.
So that is awesome. That's an amazing way of, you know, like I said, this is the material methods of, like, if you have a dividing wall that's completely freestanding, you know, obviously, you know, it's been shown concrete is, you know, that's the best route to go. So, you know, if we go back to the pie chart that you had, where does, you know, those little experiments along the way, you know, first it was framed, and then it was reworked with steel, and then it was reworked a second time with concrete block.
Yeah.
So those costs associated with that, where would that fall within that pie chart?
Yeah, that was discovery.
Okay.
Cost of discovery.
Right.
The reason being is we knew initially that in the early drawings that there was going to be these partition walls,
Mm-hmm.
but the finishes were unclear at that time.
Okay.
And that matters because we were, you know, like if this is clad in wood, for example,
A little bit more forgiving.
that's much more forgiving
Yeah.
than something like a plaster. So, you know, fast forward to when we're framing this, and it turns, you know, we think we have the right solution. We try
Mhm.
that, doesn't
Yeah.
work. We think, you know, I think we have the next solution. Try that, and we get on the 3rd try.
Yeah.
And thankfully, this was a small enough scope that both the cost and the schedule impact were negligible over,
Mhm.
you know, over a large.
Yeah,
framing
it's just
package.
a little wall in the center of the living room. It's not like it's affecting a ton of stuff around you.
Exactly, right. So, you know, the framers beyond this project, you know, were working there for months, and this was you know, a small problem that was ongoing in the midst of that.
Yeah.
So the owners were aware, right? I mean, they saw the changes over the time, looked at that, said, hey, what's happening? You know, are transparent, say, hey, we missed the mark here, but they are understanding from the standpoint of they trusted us that, okay, we have their best intention in mind.
Yeah.
That this isn't, that we're trying to avoid a larger problem later
Right.
that would be more expensive.
Mm-hmm.
And so they were appreciative of that, even though it was more.
Yeah, that's very well said. Yeah. Yeah, that's awesome to see the kind of the journey that you take to get through to the finished product, you know?
Yeah.
Because a lot of times, I mean, even with experienced builders, you think you have it figured out from the beginning, and then, you know, as you get into it, you realize, like, nah, that plan didn't quite work out the way we expected it to, and you have to
100%.
pivot and shift gears. So,
Yes.
and man, beautiful ceiling, by the way. I'm sure the layout for that
Great.
took
That was
a
total
ton of
pain-
time.
Total pain in the butt. Oh,
Beautiful, though.
A lot of climb up and down scaffolding, I can tell you that.
Oh, yeah, I bet. My gosh. All right. Back to something completely unserious. And, okay,
I love it.
here we go. I don't think this is a video. This is just
Oh, this is
people
good.
caught violating OSHA regulations.
Oh, this is fantastic.
And 100%,
No.
this is not, I guarantee
No.
you, none of these are probably going to be in America.
Is that construction workers?
No. No, these are probably not in
Oh my
America.
Gosh.
Think so? I don't think it is. Okay, this
What?
might be in America.
Holy no. Oh my
Hey, you gotta
gosh.
hand it to him, the ingenuity to make
That
a
is
floating raft
Crazy.
and put a scissor lift out there.
Wow.
You gotta hand it to him. Like, that's pretty impressive.
That is impressive. I mean,
And you know,
there's
what's the
some
downside, really? If you fall, I mean, you're just gonna end up in the pool, right? And then you gotta dig that thing out of the pool and probably
dig
redo
that
the
thing out
pool.
of the pool. Yeah, that seems.
It's fine. They strapped it down.
That just seems like terrible.
It's totally fine. Totally fine.
I'm sure they break the equipment, damage the
Ah.
thing. Oh, gosh.
Look at this
yeah.
guy holding up
That's
his.
good.
That's problem solving.
Honestly, that's teamwork. Yeah.
That's teamwork. I give this guy credit.
If I saw that, I'd say, way to go.
I'd let him get away with that for another, hour, and I'd be like, all right, tomorrow
Hour. I'd love
you need to bring
2
another
minutes.
set of scaffolding to.
I like he's wearing a bucket hat too, so it's not a hard.
Oh yeah, no hard hats at all.
No.
No safety glasses, nothing. But hey, they're getting it done, man.
So good. Oh, yeah.
Grinder, sparks right in the face.
Ah, in the face.
And I feel this.
Wow.
I've totally done this before. You put your squinty, your squinty goggles on.
Oh, it's just the worst. I see guys do that all the time.
You just squint real hard. You're fine.
Yeah, you just wipe it off.
Those
Those your
dude,
eyes.
the ladders here.
What is going on there? I can't even tell. There's some serious.
He's trying to do
ladder-
something up here.
Serious ladder shenanigans there. Holy moly!
I like this one. This one's
that's
probably.
just painful.
Would you volunteer to do that?
That's hilarious.
I mean, not only is that just.
Okay, why is he not sitting through it like a swing? You know what I'm saying?
That's totally degrading. I don't know. And very uncomfortable.
Incredibly
Why would you do that?
uncomfortable.
You're right. I didn't even think of that. And it also, I don't know how high he is off the ground. It looks like he could have easily gotten a ladder. It doesn't look like it's that high.
Yeah, you don't see the bottom, but
Like-
what if it's like the ground's like 2 feet down?
I mean, here's an awning here, it looks like. I mean, that can't be that high off the ground. Oh my gosh.
Mm.
Oh, scaffolding on, look there. Walkway on top of the van.
On the van.
That one's not that bad.
Wow.
I mean, we got to put a stop to it, but there's definitely some worse ones. Oh, these guys again.
Oh,
This is a lesson in physics, though. Really, I mean, you got your lever and your fulcrum. And you got
wow, look
big
at
hefty
you.
guy.
Look
Hey,
at-
it's funny because like my kids are really
Impressive.
into. You will discover this, Michael. My kids are really into what's that guy's, the Crunch Labs, I forget the guy's name, but it's
Roburn? Mark Roburn?
yeah, Mark Rober.
Uh-huh.
And so he has this YouTube channel, Crunch Labs, and this was one thing that they were talking about. He goes into a lot of engineering stuff.
Yeah.
And one of the things he was talking about was levers and fulcrums and all this other. So I got another little lesson there in physics.
Yeah.
But there, you got two guys here. It's totally
One
safe.
guy's good, yeah.
I wonder what floor they're on though. They're probably on like the 20th floor or
Oh
something.
my gosh, I'm so scared of heights.
The stilts with the ladder.
You know what? I will say I respect that. The coordination to get up there on those stilts.
Yeah.
That is impressive.
That
And
is.
also very dangerous.
Extremely dangerous. Yeah, one wrong move and you're
You are
done.
toast.
You're finished. Man,
You're
my guy.
down. That is, gosh, that's good.
Whoa!
Oh,
Wait.
mama.
What's going on here? Oh, he's got a ladder on top of scaffolding.
Yep. Ladder on top of scaffolding with no
Yikes.
planks, it looks like. It's
That
just
scares the crap out of me.
straight up. Wow.
Oh my gosh. That is scary. I wouldn't do that at all.
Crazy.
It looks like his ladder's leaning a little bit too.
It does.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, my Lanta.
Sleeping in a wood chipper.
That is crazy.
That is that's a first. I've never
Golly,
seen.
you really have to be comfortable to that wood
Good
chipper to be able to
Lord.
do that. That is
I don't. Even if the thing's not running, like that's just not a good idea.
no
Oh my
one's
gosh.
thinking that's a good idea.
Whoa!
Man, ladder on beams.
On top of beams. He's just lucky that it's the right span. Well, actually, it's not because
Yeah, it's
he
not,
folded his
yeah.
ladder in a little
Yeah,
bit.
he
here.
did, yeah.
Oh my gosh.
That's
Sometimes, I mean, you got to applaud
know-
these guys for like taking the risk and getting it done, but there's there's something to be said about.
Yeah, I mean, in finished homes, maintaining those, changing out light bulbs,
Yeah.
Touching up paint or whatever in tricky spot, like there is an art to that whole.
Yeah.
I'm glad I get to do it whenever it's, if I ding something, it's not a big deal.
Yeah. Okay. Oh, okay. We got the boom lift with the ladder on top. Why not just use the boom lift? What are we doing here?
That is a great point.
I mean,
Seems like
You
could
got the
use
lift.
The lift.
is he going up to fix his light? I mean, it seems like you could easily just reach it with the lift.
Boom over there.
I don't know what's going on there. That's just retarded.
Maybe it's the angle. Maybe they can't get.
Like the door here?
Yeah.
I don't know. Seems like you could roll forward a little bit more.
That's very strange.
Some of these are like, what are you thinking?
That's so good.
Oh, I've seen
no,
this.
no,
I've seen this
no.
before. But why the van?
Are they towing them?
No, he's like lifting it up to get to something up here.
No.
That's a pole. But why lift the whole van?
No. That is weird. Look, the door's open in the back.
Well,
Just asking for trouble.
that's the oddest one. I haven't seen this one before.
I don't know.
I don't know why you would lift the entire van. Unless his tools are in the van, and if he needs the tool, he didn't want to go back down to get it.
Yeah, but how's he gonna get from the top of the van to the bottom?
Maybe there's somebing in the van.
Handed him
Yeah,
stuff.
throwing tools up there. All right, maybe it's not as bad as I thought. It's kinda
Oh,
smart.
maybe it's he couldn't get all the way up there with the lift.
Yeah, and the
It's
height
like
of
a
the
ladder.
van was
The height of
perfect. So yeah,
Wow.
just lift the whole van up there.
That is
Okay.
very risky. I hope they're really being compensated well for that.
Probably not at all. They probably didn't get paid for this work,
100%.
or it was faulty and it didn't work at all. All right.
Have you ever had any crazy violations happen on a job site that you've been on?
I mean, kind of. We've had some. Luckily, knock on wood, they've all been minor accidents. So I guess you could say there's a series of violations that maybe occurred that led up to that. So I mean, it does happen. You're working with human beings after all, and I've had a guy fall off a roof, and to this day, it's like I still don't know what he was doing up there. And it was during the winter, and it was frosty.
Oh man,
And it's like one side of the roof faced the sun,
Uh-huh.
so there was nothing wrong with it.
it's fine.
The other side was in the shade,
Icy.
and it was icy, and he was doing something on the roof. I don't know what. And stepped across the ridge onto the other side and just slid all the way down.
Yeesh.
Luckily, it wasn't a very far. I mean, I say that it was still probably 16 feet,
Yeah.
and broke his ankle, and
Yeesh.
it could have been much worse. But I mean,
That's
still, this
terrible.
world. What are you doing up there? What are you doing? Still, I don't know what he was doing. But I mean, yeah. I mean, so you could say there have definitely been some violations, like no fault protection. Yeah, clearly. But again, if we knew he needed to get on the roof and for what reason, we probably could have equipped him with something. But it's like, dude, I mean, you
He's
can't
going
fix
for it.
You can't fix stupid.
Oh, that's good. Yeah, we had a guy slice himself.
Yeah, I've had
Yeah.
that too. Finger
And it
cut
was-
off.
It was right in the kind of around his forearm.
Ooh, that's like
So,
a deadly area. Huh?
Yeah, it was kind of scary.
Yeah.
He slipped with a utility now. Got himself pretty good, but started calling him Spider-Man after that because he had the way it was like right in where Spider-Man's things was, and he kind of had to hold his fingers in a little bit as well, and so Hombre Araña.
What's that?
Spider-Man.
Come on, man.
Or Man Spider.
Man Spider. All right. Okay. So the next one. This is your picture again. Same
That's my
project.
last one.
Yeah. Same project. This is actually right outside the picture we were looking at with kitchen. Mm-hmm. This is right outside that window onto the back patio. Yep. And outdoor kitchen here.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I really wanted
to
highlight. I was talking through kind of some interesting things to talk through, and just finishing this project. I was thinking, gosh, what are pieces of this that really unique, interesting, creative solutions? And this vent hood here, really wanted to highlight. When the architect sketched this out, we did not have something super elaborate in the budget. And beautiful design. You got the cantilevered stone countertop over this brass kind of lozenge shaped stand. Mm-hmm. You have, this is exterior, right? So we're not concerned about the venting point of getting the smoke away from indoors, but good to draft what's there. And so as we were talking this through, we came up with a solution. We're like, well, you notice on either side are those steel columns. Yeah. And there's a steel beam that runs along on either side of those. And like, well, what if we got a steel pipe and used that as our hood liner? Mm-hmm. And initially, as this was drawn, right, a typical construction, you would have your vent pipe, type B vent pipe in there, some sort of metal, 10-inch pipe that connects to the hood liner, and then it would be wrapped with something. Right. Well, the challenge of this is that it's, the design's really emphasizing the length of that pipe, and it's just hanging there. Yeah. So you don't want this thing swinging around. Right. Especially when that bottom piece is made out of 1/4-inch plate steel. Right. So it's heavy. Yeah, that's a lot of weight. With the hood liner in there too, and so we kept, kind of thinking, well, we could build this wood structure, and then you got the vent pipe inside, and then you're cladding it. Mm-hmm. And each time we kind of added layers to this thing, it just became more and more expensive. Yeah. And I will say this wasn't cheap. This was not inexpensive, yeah. So, but when you're looking at costs associated with custom things, one of the conversations that always comes up with owners is how do we make this more efficient? Mm-hmm. How to make this, and so that's actually an oil field pipe. I think what is that, like 10-inch diameter? I think it's 10 ID internal diameter. Might be, and that runs up through the ceiling up to the roof line, and then it connects to the vent cap up above. And so in this case, simple was where to go. It is definitely, it's very simplified design. And you're right. This is it's not only beautiful, but it's a structural element, given that, you actually had to add structure in the ceiling to be able to support this thing. Yep. And then dropping this down and supporting this heavy load on the end of it. Yep. But that's as simple as you get. And to add a little bit of context to this, I know some people are going to say, well, it's outside. Why do you even need a vent hood to begin with? Mm-hmm. Originally, the design had this whole back patio as a screened patio. Mm-hmm. So I think the idea was that the screen was going to cut down on the breeze that you get through there. Mm-hmm. And so we didn't want somebody out here grilling and accidentally trap smoke and other things in this outdoor area. So
the vent hood was added for that. Am I correct on that?
Yeah, 100%.
So, and then, you know, somewhere along the line, as the project is developing, you know, the screens were eventually removed. So now this is all open. But it's still a really nice, you know, feature. It's a nice element. And hey, if you wanted to come back and add screens, you're covered. You already have your vent hood. You could add those screens right back in, and no problem. You know, you don't have to cut into the roof and do this whole, you know, demo. Just put some screens up. So, but yeah, real beautiful. I like the way how this is soapstone, right?
Yep.
Soapstone and this brass sort of pedestal. This was all live wire, right? No. Sorry, this was civil steel. Civil steel did all this. So and the vent hood too.
Shout out to Luke and the boys over there. They did a great job.
Good old Luke Gaffney. He did the whole structure for this, as well as the brass work and the vent hood here. So they did a phenomenal job. But yeah, it looks great. All right, this one a little bit more high class.
Ooh,
I figured you would like this.
Hey, we're drinking a little mezcal.
Yeah, mezcal.
You know? Got some.
This is a little bit more high class. I figured you would enjoy this. It's a art installation. So what this is, it's sound art.
Wow.
So this is the pinnacle of humanity that you're watching right now. This is where we've come.
Wow.
We've come so far.
Wild.
We've gone from living in mud huts and caves to sound art.
Are these all real
Oh yeah.
installations?
Oh yeah. It's right here, this guy. Studio Simone or whatever.
That's pretty incredible.
So I feel like this would be fun for about 5 seconds. And then it's like, alright, I've had enough of this. Please get me out of here.
It's pretty amazing. Oh, I like that one. Yeah, that's super cool.
It's cool, like the thought behind it and the ingenuity to make all of these little devices.
Yeah.
This one I think would be my favorite.
That is super cool. Yeah, it's kind of subtle.
But honestly, I don't know. As a father, these are like noises that your kids make, and it's like, yeah, it's kind of funny the first time. You're like, okay, that's cool, and they keep doing it, and you're like, all right, knock it off. Like, I'm serious. Like, you know, like these are the annoying kid sounds that you got to put up with every once in a while.
You think this guy has a lot of kids?
He probably has no kids.
You know, it's interesting to think about one of these, you know, the way that this noise is created is over repetition of like one item.
Yeah.
And right, one object doing this, not that much noise.
Yeah.
It's unremarkable.
Yeah.
Or maybe it's even broken. But there's something about the multiplications, the repetition.
Yeah.
Oh, that one's cool. It sounds like
I
water.
totally knew this would be right up your alley.
Oh, this is right up my alley. Wow.
Give me the explanation.
I'm loving this.
What does this mean on a deeper level?
This is the beauty of the whole.
You're just throwing out nonsense right now.
I'm feeling grounded right now. I'm feeling elevated but grounded.
I feel very elevated. Yeah. I've heard a lot of these before. My kids make some of these noises. I'm just like,
maybe they can build their own art installations.
well, what you're saying is if you have more kids and you multiply those noises by however many kids you have, then it becomes art.
You know, they were missing an installation of children, I will say. That would have been appropriate.
That would have been good.
That's fantastic.
I figured you'd like that. And like I said, that was a little bit more high class.
What a great last one to do.
Yeah, finish
You
on
know,
that.
actually, one of my favorite art exhibits is, it's not...
Oh, you've been to an art exhibit, have you?
Speaking of high class. You know.
Wow. Tell me about it.
Yeah, pretty high class for us.
Tell me all about it, Michael. Tell me about your art exhibit. visit?
It is. It's outside of the Denver airport.
Okay.
It's in between. The airport has like a connected hotel in the plaza in between the two. And Denver, Mile High City, windy.
Yeah.
A lot of wind.
Sure.
And it's sound related. Right, no, I'm sorry, it's not sound related, but it's movement related. Where it's like this long tube and multiple rows, and they have these little, I don't know if they're mirrors or they're some sort of object. Maybe it's just metal. It's like a stainless brushed finished kind of deal.
Yeah.
That move, and it creates this undulating. It looks like grass.
Wow.
Like with wind blowing through it.
So we're trying to replicate nature.
Essentially.
I feel like that's art. All that art tries to do is just replicate what you find in nature.
I'd say
That's
large
really,
majority.
That's really
of
deep.
art.
Not really deep. And I'm sure that whole installation probably costs like $10 billion.
Oh, 100%.
If you want to make some money, get into art. I'll tell you what. You can make a ton of money. You have some sucker buy into your art piece. Yeah. $10 billion for some tube and some curtains and look at it. Look at it go.
I'd love to see you as an artist. That would be fantastic.
I could create some wonderful art. All right? Don't insult me.
Hey, you create some artistic art.
Oh, you do too. All right, well, that sums it up. I think that was a fun episode. Yeah, just be sure to like and subscribe to the channel and share with everybody you know. And I think that would be great. So, yeah, appreciate you guys. On to the next one.